Now.
Welcome to Newswatch 12 at 6. I'm Justin Betty. The North Woods is home to many lakes and natural attractions that attract tens of thousands of people to the region every summer. But in Marshfield, there is a park which many people have never even heard of that draws many people into the look as well. Newswatch 12's Morgan Johnson has details.
Turtle shell bells, a Jabberwocky, and laughs, all common sightings in Jurassic Park near Marshfield.
Well, we found the remains of a Jabberwock out there.
Clyde Winia created these sculptures, but he'll say he just dug them up.
But right now we're in the middle of Jurassic Park, which is a collection of sculptures that have made from creatures that used to inhabit the marsh during the Iron Age.
28 years ago, Winia welded his first piece together, and the more sculptures he made, the more people visited.
And after that, people started coming, and so it exploded on us. Now we're got hundreds of pieces out here that I've dug out of the marsh and welded back together.
Winia says he averages more than a dozen tours a day and 15,000 people a year. Last year, he met visitors from 34 countries, as far away as Kazakhstan.
And you're meeting these people and you're giving the little tours and, from all over the world, and what a wonderful experience this is.
Even though Winia says he's only in his 80s, at some point, he will hang up his tour guide hat. Visit Marshfield has announced that the future home of Jurassic Park will be in the city with the proposed location of Wildwood Park. But for the time being, Winia will be giving the tours, insisting that these sculptures aren't sculptures at all, just prehistoric creatures he dug up.
I never smile when I'm showing people around because then nobody takes me seriously. So I don't think it's a matter of a sense of humor. It's trying to get people to believe me.
Reporting for Newswatch 12 in Marshfield, I'm Morgan Johnson.
Certainly unique. If you'd like to take a tour of Jurassic Park at its current location on Old Sugar Bush Lane, it's open from 10 to 4 each day. All right, outside, Andrew, we had a mostly sunny, nice fall day today.
Yeah, definitely. Not a bad day to go out and visit Jurassic Park out there. And tomorrow won't be too bad for that as well. It will be, though, more cloudy than it was today. But Thursday is not going to be the day to do that. We will have rain showers on the way, but not yet. Right now, we are seeing more sunshine than clouds, and we will be staying clear for tonight while our next system is on the way. Right now in the plains, that'll be giving us those rain showers by Thursday. Before we get there, overnight tonight, mostly clear skies will carry on, and that will be with temperatures getting near or a little bit below freezing. So don't be surprised if you wake up again on Wednesday morning with some areas of frost. Now, zooming forward a little bit towards the holiday weekend for Halloween, I do want you to see these headlines. Staying dry through Halloween weekend, so don't plan on that rain gear for your costume. Though it's going to be a bit cooler on Sunday, I'm thinking below average temperatures, so maybe needing that jacket with your costume, figuring out how to coordinate that. And the sunset, look out for that near 5:45 throughout the weekend. We are losing about 3 minutes of sunlight each day. I'll have more of your forecast coming on up in just a bit. Justin?
All right, thank you, Andrew. Today, advisors to the Food and Drug Administration have officially recommended giving Pfizer's COVID-19 vaccine to 5 through 11-year-olds. The vote was 17-0, one abstention. The panel says they believe the benefits of giving children the shot are greater than the potential risks, though they do have some concerns about making this approval based off of only a few thousand people studied. CDC advisors are meeting to discuss the vaccine next week. If the CDC approves, children aged 5 to 11 could start receiving the vaccine by early to mid next month. Over the last couple months, the number of new COVID-19 cases nationwide is down roughly 70% from its Delta variant peak. Here in Wisconsin, DHS reports just over 2,500 new cases today. We are holding around 1,800 per day over the last week. The number of new deaths in Wisconsin actually ticked back up today as DHS reported 38 new deaths. We're averaging about 16 per day over the last week. On Wall Street, the Dow eked out its third straight record high today. The index gained about 16 points, closed at 35,757. The S&P 500 also gained a few points to close at its second straight all-time high. More than $1 million could be coming to Rhinelander to fight PFAS, forever chemicals. Senator Tammy Baldwin including that money in an appropriations package. Baldwin spoke with Rhinelander leaders last month about PFAS in Rhinelander drinking water. 2 of the city's 8 wells are shut down right now because of contamination. They have been for a couple years. Senator Baldwin secured $1.6 million of funding and federal help as well.
So I fought to, first of all, make this a priority so that Rhinelander could benefit from federal funding and federal partnership and technical assistance in doing this remediation.
The bills include $176 million to public and nonprofit entities across Wisconsin. The deadline for passing the appropriations bills is December 3rd. It would have to pass both the Senate and House before being signed by President Biden. Today, Department of Justice leaders announced a major drug bust on the dark web. Operation Dark Hunter spanned 10 months, 3 continents. With the help of more than a dozen international law enforcement agencies. In all, DOJ officials say they made more than 150 arrests and seizures, recovered about 500 pounds of illegal drugs, including enough fentanyl for more than 4 million lethal doses. A peeping Tom has students at the University of Minnesota on high alert this week. The suspect has been seen walking into women's restrooms and trying to record video of students inside. Lou Ragusi has details.
A peeping Tom at the dorms at the U of M has students anxious while showering.
I know personally myself, I don't close my eyes when I'm washing my soap out because I'm you never know if somebody is around the corner or has their phone out.
U of M police have received 3 reports, 2 at Frontier Hall 2 weeks ago and 1 at Comstock Hall last week, of a man walking right into the women's bathroom and trying to film female students while they showered.
It's very creepy and it's just not acceptable. I hope that it stops.
All instances happen late at night. So far, no one's been arrested.
It's absolutely horrific to think that somebody's looking at you in a res hall.
U of M Police Chief Matt Clark says his investigator is poring over surveillance video and sharing it with other Metro police agencies to narrow down potential suspects. But some students and parents are upset that the video's not shared with them.
Why not put out the surveillance footage so people can see what this person looks like?
Yeah, it's a great question. If you put out the image and it's not the right person, they weren't involved, then that's pretty detrimental. If we want to prosecute the person and we have a good lead, I'd rather follow up that lead and try to apprehend that person rather than putting that information out to the general public, because that does taint witness and victim testimony.
In the meantime, students are changing their routines in order to feel safe.
I know a lot of us are showering at the same time now, just so there is another person in the restrooms, just because of the lack of safety, honestly, on the restrooms, that anyone can come in at any time.
Some students believe the suspect's getting into the dorms by walking through emergency exits that residents sometimes use, but just their hunch. However, school officials are now asking them to only use main doors just in case. Across Wisconsin, gun deer season is still almost a month away, but it's already a busy time of year involving deer for another reason. We'll explain in a few minutes. But first, Andrew's in with your full forecast next on Newswatch 12 at 6.
This portion of Newswatch 12 is brought to you by Ag Country Farm Credit Services.
So Smart in Wausau and Rhinelander is your DIY and fabric headquarters.
I love to embroider on my Pfaff sewing machine from So Smart.
I made this beautiful quilt on my Pfaff Creative sewing machine.
Shop Pfaff Sewing, quilting and embroidery machines at So Smart in Rhinelander and Wausau.
911, what's your emergency?
I smell something delicious and I don't know what it is.
Ma'am, we traced the smell and it's coming from inside your oven.
Ah, amazing!
Papa Murphy's.
Keeping your family close together in your home these days are important. Let us remodel your kitchen and bath. Kitchen Bath Mart specializes in complete remodels for the past 35 years. From design to install, we'll take good care of you. Stop in or call us today at Kitchen Bath Mart. We're your #1 choice in kitchen and bath remodeling. Highway 70 East in Arborvitae.
This is Ford Truck Month. Time to take a ride in the all-new 2021 Ford F-150 with an available 12-inch touchscreen, an available interior work surface, and for powerful performance on demand, a class-exclusive available Pro-Power onboard mobile generator. These are America's best-selling trucks. This is Ford Truck Month. Inventory levels are coming back up, making Truck Month the time to get an F-150 with 0 for 72 and 1,000 retail order bonus.
The Whitetail Inn of St. Germain. With a 5-star rating by Wedding Wire and winning 4 consecutive Couples Choice Awards, your dream wedding becomes a reality at the Whitetail Inn.
So Smart in Wausau and Rhinelander is your DIY and fabric headquarters.
I love my FA 4.2 expression from So Smart.
Many of our So Smart customers buy FOF passport machines for their travels.
So Smart in Rhinelander and Wausau.
All right, welcome back. The sun is setting after a nice day across the north central Wisconsin region. Right now with those clear skies heading into overnight. Looking in Wausau, temperatures at 50. Feeling not too bad. There is that light southeast breeze driving in near 10 miles an hour. So feeling close to 50 out there right now. But we will have that wind chill to consider for the next couple of days as winds do ramp on up. Right now, though, across the area, clear skies all around. Getting rid of a few of those high clouds that we're passing on by throughout the region today. And right behind that is going to be nothing but clear skies for the rest of overnight. But now as we unpack the rest of the big picture setup on the way, we have been having an area of surface high pressure digging into the Great Lakes region. This has been opening that window for those clear skies into today, while we do have pretty intense systems on either side of us right now to the east and west. The one off to the east giving off those rain showers, breezy winds, lots of power outages for the east coast. For that gave us just those bit of clouds over the weekend. Not really a big concern for us. And then coming on up will be our next rainmaker. That's going to be coming as soon as Thursday. That's going to be this next system, kind of a 1-2 punch of a couple of low pressure centers. The one to the south is going to be more of a concern for severe weather. Not for us, though. We're going to be dealing with more of the energy from the north and a little bit of that moisture, as most of that does track off to the south. So we'll be getting just really some rain showers from that system. And it's being driven by that area of higher pressure that's starting to work on into parts of the west coast, trying to make its way off to the east. So that's driving that next one on the way. So looking at this on the way, playing this out for you. So here we go, seeing this area of higher pressure, those clear skies. Either coast having more of that activity right now, off to the east, the new easter, and then off to the west having those rain showers and some of those severe thunderstorms coming into overnight, seeing that roll through parts of like Texas and Oklahoma. But for us, dealing with mainly the rainfall as we get into overnight. So I do want to play this ahead and park it here for just 1 second. We are going to be seeing that closed area of low pressure starting to sneak up into our region. This is what's going to be delivering more of that rain and more of the severe weather to the south. But as we'll look into our Thursday, that's lifting up to the north. That'll be ahead of that cloud coverage that we're going to be expecting for our Wednesday, and then getting those rain showers as soon as Thursday afternoon, kind of getting a little bit of those scattered showers ahead of the leading edge of the system getting into our region, followed by more of those widespread rain showers later on. Now looking at that rainfall that we'll have on the way, most of that is going to reside to our west, so we will be not getting a lot of the moisture from the system. Most of that is going to be tracking well to our south, and it will be deposited before it reaches our region. So we're talking about getting the ground wet. We are talking about some showers, but it won't be a huge impact on your day. Now coming up though after that will be warmer temperatures on the way as soon as Friday, with highs in the middle to upper 50s. Even by Saturday, looking for highs at 57. And after that, we're down to the middle 40s. So a little bit of a gradual warm up on the way through Saturday before we're cooling off once again. Now I want to zoom ahead a little further towards the rest of our Halloween. We saw those temperatures getting down into the 40s. I wanted to compare that to 2020, where we had those highs at 50. So just to give you a little bit of a comparison, this Halloween, a few degrees cooler than last year. Overnight lows pretty comparable in those middle 20s. Last year, no snow. This year, no snow. But for our record, we have had, I'll step out of the camera here for a second so you can see, a high of 76 and a record low of 11. And there has been 2.3 inches of snow for a record here in Rhinelander. For now, tonight, though, we're going to be with mostly clear skies, lows near 29, staying dry. Into Wednesday, that will be with mostly cloudy skies. Sprinkles developing overnight into our Thursday, highs at 52. And now for a look at your 7-day forecast, brought to you by Northwoods Furniture and Mattress. We'll show that rain on Thursday. After that, gradually warming on up, looking for those highs at 57 on Saturday, cooling off and staying dry through the rest of the Halloween weekend. Justin?
All right, thank you, Andrew. Fall in the Northwoods means many things. The cooler temperatures leave leaves falling off trees and more deer than usual along the road. In fact, experts say each year October and November are the 2 months with the most deer collisions. And with the relatively mild winters we've seen recently, they say this year's deer population is higher than usual, which means a higher possibility of a costly and potentially dangerous accident.
In the last 2 weeks, we've probably seen 8 to 10 deer collisions that we are processing as we speak.
That's just at the one center in Rhinelander. According to State Farm, folks have a 1 in 56 chance of hitting a deer during this time of year. And hitting an animal that size could mean major damage to your car or truck and, again, potentially a serious injury.
Just be safe after a collision, make sure everything is functioning, that it's either drivable or not, and then contact a tow facility if it's necessary and get it off the highway as quickly as possible.
Safety measures include staying alert, looking on both sides of the road, and passengers wearing seatbelts at all times. Drivers, of course, not using their phones while driving either. The 2021 World Series gets underway tonight. We'll have a preview of this year's Fall Classic next on Newswatch 12 at 6.
A Country offers a wide range of internal growth. If you have a goal in mind and you put your mind to it, your successes can be endless.
There are so many jobs within this company that you can rotate into.
I like challenges. A Country gives me challenges.
Yeah, A Country is a great place to work. There's plenty of flexibility. You're never tied to your desk. There's a team here that is always there for you.
Yeah, grab your role and run with it. And always be aware of the opportunities because they're in front of you.
My sister died of COVID back in November, and because there was no vaccination then, and people were not wearing masks, I just wish she could have lived long enough to get the shot. That's another reason why people should get vaccinated. It's usually for the elderly and the children, to protect them.
Prevention is important. Help protect yourself and others from the spread of illness by keeping your home clean and germ-free. Here are some areas to pay special attention to. Walkways and floors around main doors accumulate a lot of germs. Make sure you sanitize these frequently. The kitchen can be a haven for microbes. Concentrate on countertops and appliances that get a lot of hand contact. The living room is a hub of activity where germs can easily spread. Locate and handle any often touched objects. Bathrooms attract viruses and bacteria very quickly. Focus on faucets, fixtures, and floors to keep germs at bay. Children's areas can easily become breeding grounds for germs. Address objects and places where kids sleep and play. Sanitizing is easy and should be done several times a day. First, ensure good ventilation. Then, clean all dirt from the surface or object. Next, kill the remaining germs with disinfectant, following the manufacturer's directions. And finally, wash your hands thoroughly. Learn all prevention guidelines. Download the free booklet at scientology.org/staywell. An ounce of prevention is worth a ton of cure.
Newswatch 12 is brought to you by Bone and Joint Walk-In Care.
The 2021 World Series gets started in less than 1 hour. Jay Gray has a preview from Houston.
Hey there, good evening from Minute Maid Park. We're just ahead of the opening pitch in the World Series. You've got the Astros taking on the Atlanta Braves. Game 1 right here in Houston. The Astros, of course, they've been to the championship 3 of the last 5 years. For the Braves, this is the first time since 1999 that they've been a part of the World Series. For the Astros, they come in as the bad boys of baseball. The Astros won it all last in 2017, beating the Dodgers, but an investigation by Major League Baseball uncovered sign stealing by the team, and showed that they were signaling players on base by banging garbage cans in the dugout. So they come to this game looking for some redemption. As for the Braves, they're looking to win, as we've talked about, their first championship in quite some time, and they hope to do that with pitching. The Astros, though, have quite an offense that they'll present to that pitching staff for the Braves. Look, there's also the looming collective bargaining agreement, which is set to expire in a possible lockout that could come in December for Major League Baseball. So for so many reasons, this is a big series. Odds makers and a lot of the experts have this series as pretty much a pick-em. If there's any favorite across the board, it would seem to be the Astros, but most believe it'll go all 7 games. That's the latest from here in Houston. I'm Jay Gray. Back to you now.
Meanwhile, it may feel like the Summer Olympics just ended, but the countdown is now on to the 2022 Beijing Winter Games, now just 100 days away. Despite COVID concerns, China says the sporting event will take place from February 4th through 20th of next year. Beijing will then become the first city to host both the summer and winter games. Northwoods native Kevin Bolger is an Olympic hopeful in the ski team. He'll be at Minocqua's Winter Park this Friday for a farewell and fundraiser. Bolger graduated from Lakeland Union High School back in 2011, made it to the U.S. ski team in 2018. He hopes to raise some money so he can stay focused on making the team and training. That event is this Friday from 6 to 9, costs $35 for adults. Food and drinks will be served, plus there'll be a raffle and silent auction. Good luck to him. We'll be right back.
It's time to find your next Chevy truck and forge ahead. Take on new challenges and take it to the next level. It's the perfect time to do more in your next Chevy. Find new possibilities, find new roads. Eligible customers get great offers from GM Financial, plus no monthly payments for 120 days on all 2021 Silverado 1500 Crew Cab pickups, and get $1,500 cash allowance. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
Moments of life are special, and suffering from diabetes should not get in the way. US Med's mission is to find ways to make your diabetes more manageable and more comfortable. You deserve to enjoy life without the constant reminder of living with diabetes. If you monitor with 4 or more tests per day, inject insulin 3 or more times per day, or use an insulin pump, you may qualify to receive a continuous glucose monitor, the latest in diabetes technology. A continuous glucose monitor provides blood sugar readings without uncomfortable finger sticks and alerts you real time to potentially harmful spikes in your blood sugar levels. US Med is an approved provider for Medicare and over 500 private insurance companies. If you're a caretaker for someone who suffers from diabetes or have diabetes yourself and meet these conditions, please call our diabetic specialist now to see if you qualify for your continuous glucose monitor.
If you're living with diabetes and using insulin, you know the pain of pricking your fingers over and over again. By wearing a small remote device called a continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, you can reduce the pain of pricking your fingers right away. If you're testing your blood sugar 4 more times per day, injecting insulin 3 or more times per day, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetic Health Hotline today and learn about the latest CGM technology. Not only can a CGM immediately reduce pain, it's accurate, easy to use, and helps you make better diabetes treatment decisions. And if you have Medicare, you can get a new CGM at little or no out-of-pocket cost. We'll also provide free shipping of your new CGM, and we'll bill your insurance company for you. If you are testing your blood sugar 4 more times per day and injecting insulin 3 or more times per day, or using an insulin pump, call now and learn how to receive your new continuous glucose monitor at little or no out-of-pocket cost.
New New York City attraction is not for the faint of heart nor those scared of heights. It's called City Climb. For $185, guests get to take more than 190 steps to an outdoor sky deck, more than 1,000 feet in the air. It's fairly steep. They also get a champagne toast at the top to celebrate their accomplishment and a beautiful view of the city.
Yeah, you probably need that glass of champagne after being up that high. Oh my goodness.
Yep.
Does that look spooky? But you know what
That's
else is
true.
kind of spooky is I wanted to show you those stats here one more time. For those spooky stats, look at that record low that we've had on Halloween, 11 degrees, but also look at that high, 76. So a huge swing there for this year though, looking for kind of a no-frills sort of Halloween weekend. Pretty average seasonable temperatures and staying on the dry side. Dry tonight too with lows near 29, mostly clear skies, not too bad at all. Maybe some frost that we're waking up to for our Wednesday. And then expect a mostly cloudy day to unfold with high temperatures landing near 52. And after that, we'll take you for a final look at our 7-day forecast. Justin, on Wednesday, it's going to stay dry for the most part, but we have those increasing clouds. Thursday, though, will be that rainy day. But after that, the rest of the Halloween weekend looking fine.
A little cool off coming, but it'll be November by then, so we should expect that type of stuff.
Yeah, so we're going from those upper 50s to the mid 40s. That'll be kind of a steep change.
All right, thank you, Andrew. See you back here tonight at 10.